Don't forget, while you're watching this video, if you guys want to order any of this stuff, I do have a 5% discount with ZL1 Addons. Code is WorkPlayDrive. So if you guys are buying, you can save yourself a couple bucks. I don't get any kickbacks from your sales, but for this video, ZL1 actually has sponsored the car and sent us these front splitter guards, the premium rock guards for the wide body, the side skirts for the wide body. So I want to send a big shout out to ZL1 Addons. I'm going to put each one of these in their own separate video. This video today is just kind of like a, hey, what's going down with the Scat Pack and the Hellcat. So like I said, look forward to a dedicated install video to each one of these products. And again, thank you very much to ZL1 Addons for recognizing WorkPlayDrive and hooking us up. The first set of stuff, I spent about 500 and change on all the parts for the Scat Pack. And, you know, totally worth it. I would have bought it all again, but ZL1 Addons was nice enough to give me some freebies. So thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. All right, today's going to be an interesting day. We got to take some stuff off the Scat Pack. We're going to pull off the rear diffuser. Probably one of my favorite mods for the Scat Pack. I know I beat this up a little bit in my initial video, but I love the way this thing looks. We're going to transfer that over to the Hellcat today. We're going to hope the Hellcat has a threaded cross member. If it doesn't, then we're going to figure that part out. I haven't decided if I'm going to put these rear extensions on. As you can tell, they collect a little bit of dirt. Let me get you out of the sun there. There you go. But I mean, they wipe clean. They're textured, so you can just grab a microfiber and wipe them down real fast. No problems there. Now, it's a completely different set. The wide body carries a completely different size and shape. So there's two sets. You got the standard Challenger one, which I'll have these either up for sale or up for a giveaway in a short period of time. And then we have the wide body kit right there. We have the front chin spoiler protector. So there's like a, I guess there's a guard, and there's some pieces that go onto here, like washers, that give you about an extra ½ inch of clearance. So this hits first, the washers take the hit, and your front splitter stays protected and doesn't get all marked up. So we're going to try these out today. These are the jack pads. Very cool concept. Put that right there. I didn't put out the other video yet, so this is probably the first time you're seeing it. But the side skirts install with ZL1 Addons. These look like billet aluminum jack pads. So these jack pads, there's 5 of them that go on each side. 1 primary up front in your normal jack location, and then 4 additionals that hold the side skirt in place while allowing you to use these as functional pinch weld jack stands. No drilling to install the side skirts. Freaking awesome idea, guys. In fact, the way I found these is I was looking for another set of ZL1 Addons jack pads, because I'm telling you right now, best thing I bought for my Challenger was 2 of these. I've been using these mag pads. My pinch welds after 4 years look brand new because of these things. I was looking for a set of permanent bolt-on jack pads when I found the side skirt with 5 jack pads for a very competitive price. So I figured I'd pick these up instead, and we went from there. Still not sold on the look. I kind of like it, but I kind of don't. What do you think of these, bud? What are your thoughts?
Good, but kind of dirty and stuff.
Yeah, they get kind of dirty, don't they? But yeah, I kind of like. I can't wait to see what it looks like on the wide body, because it's going to add a little bit of, something in between these bumped out fender flares. So we'll get all this. Today's going to be, I think, a ZL1 add-on day. It's going to be all the parts that I like from here going over there, and some new stuff. The rock guards, I was never a big fan of rock guards, but you know what? The Hellcat wide body needs them. All I hear is rocks hitting the side of the car. Ready? You hear all those rocks? It's freaking me out. I gotta get these things on, and these look pretty cool. There's no tape required. There's clips that hold them in place, and these little indents here. I'm worried about them falling off, but you know what? We're gonna install them exactly how ZL1 says to install them, and I'll let you guys know if they hold on at high speed, how they do after a couple weeks, a couple months. You know, I personally feel like I need to tape these in place, so we get some 3M automotive tape and tape these down. But again, they say it's completely not necessary, so I want to go with what ZL1 Addon says. We're going to install them that way and actually see if these little clips here, and I am going to use the screw just because they provide you with a screw. You don't have to use it. The clamps are apparently strong enough to hold it in place, but we'll see how it goes. All right, enough talking. Let's get started. I'm not going to bore you with a quick uninstall video. I just want to show you what it looks like after a few months of driving. Everything looks like it's in good shape. No dips, no dents, nothing here. If you come back a little bit, you're going to see where I scraped, and this was my fault. I should not be entering and exiting driveways with the car aired out as I did once or twice. So I got to remember to air up. Quick sanding on this will fix it up real nice. Completely not visible from above. And this one here, this was a slam. I was probably tucked into the wheel wells a little bit too much on the tires. Came out of this driveway, and as I hit the road, boom, knocked this on the bottom. So what we're gonna do, like I said, no uninstall video, but I'm gonna put this on the Hellcat stock height, and I'm gonna drive out of my driveway and see where the clearance is. While I record it, so hopefully it's good. But otherwise, this thing held up great. Looks good on the outside. Again, that was me being an idiot with the razor blade. Other than that, she looks good. All right, we're gonna pull her off. All right, to close out the removal of this, we just got to put back the 4 push pins, and there's no lasting damage from installing the ZL1 Addons rear diffuser. It's basically clip into the actual holes that are in the car. Oh, there's that extra washer. Clip into the holes that are in the car. Don't add any extra damage to the car. Everything looks good. This is pretty much scratch free. You know, I mean, it is pretty in really good shape for something that's been under the car for 30,000 miles. And then we just got to remove those 2 there. And I'm hoping, really hoping that mine are threaded on the Hellcat. We'll find out in a few minutes when we go under there.
A few moments later.
Hopefully you can see it from this angle. These are not threaded. And also, to make things even more difficult, this side right here has a piece of metal offsetting, so I got to drill it out because the rib nut does not fit in there all the way. These studs stayed up in here because obviously I guess the aluminum's softer, so when I pulled it out, these are kind of stuck up in here. They're turning, but the amount of force I need is chewing up the threads here, and I don't have any appropriate tools to remove these. Well, the vice grips help, but I'm definitely mangling up some threads here, so just a thought in the future for these. Make them long set screws, get a hex head in here somehow so we can back these out safely, because I kind of wanted to use these on my Hellcat. I think while I'm under here, I'm going to pull off the MFER-1s. So we're going to pop those off real quick. If you're curious about those, I got a video on those. I'll drop that in the description below and in a card that's going to pop out in the upper right now. For those of you curious about the need for a product like the MFER-1, it's definitely something that you would want to think about considering. One of the reasons being is you don't have to modify your drive mode to actually have the active exhaust stay open. Another thing is they're just always open. There's no check engine lights because this motor is still doing its, you know, its normal routine. It's got its normal stops. Everything is being covered. So it's one of those things where, you know, it's a no-brainer. It's a couple bucks. You don't need to tune. You don't need to worry about check engine lights. You don't need to zip tie anything up into the car. It's probably one of the only solutions that are this solid. I mean, I can move the exhaust before I move this thing. I'm definitely moving this over to the Hellcat. And again, check out the MFER-1 Extreme if you're really worried about any gunk getting up in here. I mean, as you can see, it is a little bit dirty, but everything still operates smoothly. No major squeaky noises coming from underneath here. So I think we're in good shape. Watching this video and you haven't checked out my other one, it's important to note that if you have an early 2015 Challenger, there's a different spring installed in your motor. So basically, just keep that in mind when you are buying these. You'll notice that on the MFER-1 site, they actually sell springs. Go check your door. If your Challenger is earlier than, I believe, June of 2015, you're most likely going to need that second spring. What you could do is hop under the car, pop these out, and take a look. If you have these little pancakes, you can see the major difference between the two springs. If you have the pancakes, you actually have to go and order this second set of springs, or the MFER-1s are going to skip around on you. All right, the butt's looking almost back to normal. I just wanted to give you guys a quick check out of this piece here. So we got, it's dirty. I left it dirty on purpose because you'll notice inside catches a little bit of rock every once in a while. And that's most likely because I didn't put the rock guards on. It's probably a good idea to use a rock guard with these rear skirts because there does get some rocks caught up in here. But let's go around to this side. All right, so this is what it looks like when you remove it. Other than the holes that you put in for the screws, there's no lasting damage. It seems to be like it's in fairly good shape. Looks pretty clean. Like I said, you have a couple screw holes from where you do the install, but when you take it out and you look at it from a proper angle, you really don't see those. You may only see this, but again, we could take a little razor blade and just shave that right off if we wanted to. So we did a bunch of stuff here. We got the rock guards installed. We got the side skirts installed. We got the rear rock guards installed. Then come around here. We got the rear diffuser installed. Here's the rock guards out of the sun. Side skirts. And as you can see, nice and clean line all the way down, lines up here. Pretty nice. Last but not least, the front splitter guards bring you all the way down. You can see them right here. These little metal barbs that stick out give you lots of protection underneath the car. Came out pretty good. Goes all the way down the full length of the front. There we go. Whole bunch of good stuff installed.